Hey guys, welcome back. This is your lottery and this is my Feed the Beast server play using the Mindcrack mod pack. I've been doing, I think, far too much stuff off camera. I didn't want to show like partially built stuff that looks kind of crappy until the details get in place, but I think I'm just ending up building far too much without showing you guys. So I thought I'd show you guys what I've done so far and what I'm working on now. This is my airship. Here, I'll get a better view. You can see I've also built the gravity chest plate. It's starting to look pretty good. I still have a lot of work to do and a lot of details to add in. A structure this big is very hard to build and have it look good while you're building it, because you end up building these large expansive area and you haven't filled in the details yet. You haven't put in all the little nooks and crannies and cool stuff, so it looks just like a big cobble box, basically. Well, it's not obviously not a big cobble box, but since it doesn't have all the details yet, it doesn't have quite the look you want. So it's entirely unfinished now. So I've got these little sponsons back here that are pretty cool. They've got red power windmills to act as propellers. So one on each side. This is what drives the airship forward. Of course it doesn't move. I had someone ask in comments if the airship will actually move around. No, it won't. The only way to do that would be to use red power frames, which have a block limit of 1,000, though I think actually Truculent has raised the limit on the server to 2,000. But they move slow, they move jerky, they're not fun to ride. Your character like clips a lot and you can like fall halfway through blocks, and it's not a good ride. They're kind of laggy. The entire chunks of areas will disappear and reappear as it's moving, and you also can't like turn, you can't rotate. So I don't think they make very good vehicles. So this is just going to be a stationary deal. Back's not done yet. Well, none of it's done, but some of it's looking pretty good. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about. Details like this with the little flower boxes and stuff like that. It needs to be added all over. I've been working up forward here. I added these windlasses and anchors, and I redid the roof over here. It's kind of got a slope that scoops under the gas bag. I think it looks alright. I'm not entirely happy with it. I don't like how this, the curve of the center line here kind of goes up and then down again. I might have to redo that a little bit. We'll see. Got a flag up here that's kind of limp. There's not much wind right now. I think that looks alright. It's kind of hard to sculpt, you know, flowing cloth. The easiest way to do a flag would be a brisk wind where it's just a big rectangle sticking out. But yeah, I wanted it to look like, I mean, we're parked and there's not much wind. If there was wind, it would have to be blowing fore to aft, because this thing would be running its engines to maintain position, because the anchors obviously are not connected to anything. Dangling anchors here, 1 and 2, different heights to just provide a different look. And this one is covered in mud from being underwater and anchored into the sea bottom. I've got some vines growing down from it, which I will clip at a certain point and put string underneath to stop it from growing anymore. Got these shrouds around the gas bags, which I think look pretty good. The only thing I'm concerned about is these wood posts from Railcraft will catch fire and burn. So if I get a lightning strike up here, some of them can burn. I went for a long time without having an issue with lightning strikes, and then this building burned. The roof and some of the first floor burned out. So I ended up replacing all the top blocks with micro blocks. These are all like half slab micro blocks, even stacked up to make full blocks. You see the line in there, because those won't burn. They're There's a bonus or an issue depending on how you look at it, in that the microblocks are transparent and let light through, so it makes it a little bit harder to make realistic looking lighting, but it does give you the advantage that you can have stuff like the solar panels underneath, like I have back here. This is also microblock on the roof, and I have my solar cells in there. What else has changed? My methane grinder is, I'm letting it run out. I'm running out of rotten flesh slowly. See, I'm back on methane for fuel in the boiler right now. I've been switching off. Because of the nerf of methane in railcraft boilers, they only get 6,000 heat in a boiler now. I can't keep up with 5 centrifuges. So I've been running off of fuel. I've been going around and sucking up oil wells, storing them in this big tank, this is temporary. I've got it in the rear gas bag just because it was a big open space. And it's got quite a lot in it right now because I just sucked some up. I've been using the liquid tesseracts to get the oil to it. It makes it very simple. All I have to do is take a redstone energy cell, a liquid tesseract, and a Buildcraft pump around, and I can suck up oil wells wherever I go. As I say, that's temporary. I'm going to move the fuel over to here. When I'm out of rotten flesh, I'll take down the methane system and move the fuel over here, and I'm going to start storing the oil, I think, in a quantum tank, so I can get like 2 million buckets of it if I wanted to, and then never have to worry, or not have to worry for months and months about replacing it. The other option would be to carve out another area for a tank there and have oil and fuel, but I think I want vast quantities of oil. I have put CF foam over all of my wires down here and painted them red for high voltage, yellow for medium, and green for low. It makes it a little bit easier to move around. The only thing, I've also got these lights, and these red power decorative lights are kind of annoying because if you walk over them, you get this jerky motion and it sticks and you'll like rubber band back and forth. It's the same thing with these things. If you get up onto them, it gives that little jerky, that little vibration, and then the server can lose, your client and server can desync. They're really kind of annoying. So don't put them in any place where you're going to be walking over. I might have to move these ones because sometimes I try to jump and hit them and it desyncs me. These panels are cool. These are from the Nuclear Control mod, and they're really easy to make. They're called information panels. They're glass, lime and black dye, electronic circuit, and redstone. And then the extenders are even simpler. It's lime dye, glass panes, and wood. And you put one of these cards in them, and you get those cards by making sensor kits, which are also pretty easy to make. Sensor. So, for example, the energy sensor kit is a frequency transmitter, an EU reader, and a piece of paper. And frequency transmitter is just a circuit and copper cable. Of course, EU readers directly from IC2. It's mostly circuits and copper cables. Most of these stuff are just circuits and copper cables. And then you take your sensor kit and you go over to your energy storage, like your MFSU, and you right click it with the sensor kit and it turns into a card, and then you can put the card in there. Boop! And it links to the MFSU at that XYZ location. There's a range limit, but you can put these range upgrades in it. And you can also make these color upgrades, which lets you change the colors of the screen, as simple as hitting this button and choosing your screen color and your text color. So this lets me keep track of, my tank levels and my energy level. It's pretty cool. At a glance screen. What else have I done? Yes, tesseracts. These are awesome. I'm starting to use them to replace ender chests. Ender chests do have a lot of advantages, but there's apparently a bug, or I'm not sure how much of this is rumor and how much is fact, but ender chests in conjunction with chunk loaders can sometimes cause chunks to reset. And the last thing I want is a 16 by 16 area of my airship to be gone because the chunk reset. So I got rid of my ender chest for sorting, and I'm using a tesseract with the private frequency. I'm using 1 for the sorter, and it feeds directly into this relay, and then it's smaller than the 6 filters pulling from the ender chest I used to have. I don't need a timer, so that saves a bit of lag there. It works really good. Now I still have ender chest up here for my jetpack recycler. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but basically, if I want to recharge something, I make sure I'm on my jetpack frequency. I click this button, and it sends whatever's in the ender chest into this MFE, and whatever's in the MFE goes to the ender chest. So when I was flying around with jetpacks, my jetpack would be almost out. I'd land, I'd stick it in my ender pouch, I'd go click, and whoop, it would go away. Move along. Pretty cool. It worked great. I might redo that. I mean, I'm not using the jetpack anymore because I've got the gravity chest plate. Oops, going up a ladder there. So I might just get rid of it, or I might set it up to recharge the gravity chest plate by putting it in an MFSU. I haven't decided. I should probably just get rid of that ender chest for now. Alright, so what was I going to do? I was going to do a little bit of sculpting up forward, but I need some stairs. It's just a regular crafting table, right? Oh yeah, I got a portal gun. I killed the wither 3 times, so I got some cool stuff. Oh wow, my jetpack's almost out because I was consuming power. Jetpack, my gravity chest is almost out of energy. That's okay, we got enough to do this. So I need some supports here. I think we're gonna go like this. Junk. Rotate that around. Like that. No. Like that. And then we need some of these. And we'll go like this. Yeah, this is going to be awkward. I'm going to have to spin all these stairs. Is that going to match? It's going to be one there. It's going to go too far out. Alright, we'll do this different. We'll start up here. Facing the other way. Yeah, I'm not liking that either. Oops. Yeah. This little platform needs some kind of support underneath it. but I'm not liking where it's lining up, so maybe I'll go with something like this. Maybe. Yeah, I think that's all right. How'd that go again? This one. Oops. Wrong blocks. Give me that back. This one. One of these. One of these. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So, I'm thinking about other decorating ideas. I was kind of thinking about maybe putting some sails on, but I wasn't quite sure. Like maybe from this thing, like some triangular sail that billows out between the balloons. I was thinking about doing that. Maybe with some color in it. Not sure though. So I'm really like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's normal. I'm really liking these micro blocks. It lets you make these like awesome looking circles. I don't know. Let me show you. I decorated Truculent. It has a nuclear power plant over here. Look how fast I go with this gravity chest plate. It's so awesome. His nuclear power plant, I decorated for him with these big circular logos, these nuke symbols, and the Greg Tech logo. Microblocks are pretty cool for decorating. Alright, so this thing also needs something on the front here. This window, this opening I don't like. Plus if you're like cruising along, the airship's moving, you're going to get a lot of wind coming through here. So it needs maybe glass, maybe like a half dome or something. I need to figure something out there. It's something different than what it is. I'm thinking maybe like a glass dome. Could look pretty cool. Let me show you something else I built while we're futzing around. This is kind of ugly. I need to pretty it up. This is my slime spawner. It has a tier 5 soul shard for slimes in there. There's jacketed cable underneath these stone covers. It's hidden away. And it's connected to... Make sure my gravity engine's off here. It's connected to a gate on this chest. And the chest says, hey, if the chest is full, emit a signal. And if I take out some slime balls, it'll start spawning. And the slimes get pushed. The big ones kind of stick on this. I should actually raise this whole thing up a little bit, but he will move around eventually. And then he falls into the water, and he falls again, And let's turn that off for now, because these guys, you get a lot of them in there. They start clipping out and shooting all over the place before rubber banding back in. But it's basically a drowning trap. You can't use a drop trap for slimes because the big ones will fall and die and break into small ones, but the small ones will be at the bottom. So I'm drowning them. And yeah, it's slimes. Why slimes? Because you can use slimes to make sticky resin or directly into rubber if you... It's more efficient to make the resin first, but you can go directly to rubber if you want. Also, we've changed our spawners. We have a drop trap that's getting us ender pearls, leather, raw beef, gunpowder, and there's an overflow here. One of them fills up, and these all have gates to turn off the appropriate spawners. That wasn't a good place to dig. So there's filters under the chests that let the appropriate thing into the chest. There's tubes coming up from the transposers on the floor of the drop trap, and the gates are hooked up to colored insulated wire, which goes into a bundled cable, which goes to the spawners, and then breaks again into the individual colors. Oops. Well, let's look at the bottom first, since I'm down here. There's our tube. Gotta go around this way to see the spawners. It's a 9x9 floor of transposers. You can use less if you want to have a timer, and then you can have a one transposer for every 9 blocks, and you pulse the timer and it'll suck stuff up. But I'm trying to avoid timer use because of the amount of lag they cause. So transposers are cheap. It's just, you know, iron and cobbled wood, so bit of redstone. So there's 3 spawners way up there, and they're all individually hooked up to the different wires so that they can be controlled individually, which they are. They're controlled by those gates. I think there's a place where we can get off and look at them a little bit higher yet. Maybe not. I think I just dug to them when I wanted to look at them. So basically, yeah, there's just colored wire from a bundled cable to control them. And I thought about putting the slime spawner into the same system, just have a separate room for drowning them, but in the end I built this tower instead. I'm not entirely happy with it. I don't think it looks very good, but I can change that later. Still haven't done the roof of this textile mill either. So many things to do. Alright, going to recharge my gravasuit chest plate and get back to building. Where is it? Oh yeah. Let's see here. Helium cells, sand, tungsten dust. Let's put this away. Let's make some. Got lots of rubber going now. Tiny piles of dust go over here in my tiny pile of dust thing. So yeah, this gravid chest plate, man, this thing took forever to make. Not just gathering the materials, but oh, it sucks a lot of power too. Just making it was crazy. I mean, you need the quantum suit body armor. That's not so bad. Takes a lot of iridium, but it's not hard to make. But you have to make the these things, which require these things, which require these things, which require these things, and these don't stack. So it took a long time. That's okay though. Got some helium cells. I'm gonna make myself another mining laser. I'll do that off camera. Making stuff isn't that fun to watch. So I need to figure out more details to put on this thing. I gotta get rid of this birch planks. I don't like that at all. It's too light in color. I think I'll put some flower pots on the outsides of these, maybe. Or maybe something else. If you guys have any ideas, please put them in the comments. Just like different details. I know that Lynchy Inc. likes to put like a big curvy faucet with water pouring out on some of his stuff. And I thought about doing something like that, but I don't really want a column of water going down from my airship, so I think that's out. I'm thinking about getting rid of this Naga and putting a different figurehead on, but I haven't figured out exactly how to make one that looks good. I might play around with that in creative and see if I can figure something out. The decking. I was seriously considering changing the decking to another material. Since I'm using this for the roofs, I was thinking it's like too much spruce planks. But then I was trying to figure out what other material to use. Again, if you guys have any ideas, please put them in the comments. I kind of want to do like grass and like pathways and stuff, but then I'll have to lower the ceiling here because I don't want the bottom side of dirt there. I could do that though, that wouldn't be an issue. So I may do that. I thought about just doing it in like gold, but I think that would just be too much gold. It'd be better as an accent. Now if I go with the dirt and paths, I think that might be neat looking. But it also might make it look, you know, less like an airship. Not that that's necessarily bad. I mean, I kind of want it looking like a village when you're on the deck. Let me know what you guys think. This building's, I really like this one. I like the smokestack here. It's like narrower, like and taller than the one for the coke ovens. The two for the coke ovens over here. This still needs some detail. I'm not necessarily too happy with this. I think something at an angle might be better. And again, if you guys have ideas, let me know. Alright, I'm going to build some more off camera. I'll try not to leave it so long without showing you guys what I've done. I've been doing like a lot of playing on the server without even recording, and I think that's a bad habit to get into. I want to show you guys what I'm working on. I think some of you are interested in it. Some of you just want to see the final result, I'm sure. Well, you can skip the videos where I'm building stuff and just view the final results. I'll try to label them appropriately so you know which ones to skip. Anyway, this is your lottery. You're watching my Feed the Beast server play series using the Mindcrack modpack. Thanks for watching. See you next time.